If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the deep dive. So you sent us a whole load of your recent NBA searches. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
And our job today is basically to sift through these keywords and phrases and figure out what they tell us about what's really grabbing your attention in the NBA right now.
Exactly. It's like taking the pulse of the fan base in real time through this search data. Yeah. And honestly, one thing just leaps out immediately.
Which is?
The playoffs. Yeah. Just overwhelmingly the focus.
Okay, yeah. Let's jump right in there then. I mean, the number of searches for just NBA playoffs or playoff bracket, playoff schedule,
right?
It's huge.
Massive. And even looking ahead, NBA playoffs 2025 showing up.
Right. That's interesting. Does that suggest maybe folks feel this year's race is wide open, or they're just really, really planning ahead?
Could be a bit of both, I think. The anticipation feels really high this season.
Yeah.
And maybe, people are already thinking about next year or, how things might shape up long term.
And it's not just the main playoff bracket you're looking at, is it?
No, not at all. We're seeing tons of searches around the play-in tournament. Things like NBA play-in, NBA playoff picture.
Okay. So real interest in how teams actually get into the playoffs, especially those on the edge.
Precisely. People clearly want to understand that newer format.
Yeah.
Where the teams just outside the top spots battle it out for those last few playoff berths.
Why do you think there's so much focus there? Is it just the drama?
I think the drama is a big part of it, yeah. It adds unpredictability, and it keeps more fan bases engaged later into the season, right? Their teams still have a shot.
Yeah, makes sense. More meaningful games down the stretch.
Totally.
And, okay, so alongside figuring out how teams qualify, it's clear you're also tracking the who and where very closely.
Oh, definitely. The searches for NBA standings, NBA scores, they're constant.
And broken down by conference, too, like Western Conference standings, Eastern Conference standings. People want the specifics.
It just shows, a really invested audience, not just waiting for the big moments.
Yeah.
But following the day-to-day, the implications of every single game.
Right. And speaking of specifics, certain teams keep popping up again and again.
The Lakers standings, Warriors standings, those are really frequent.
So is that just big fan bases being engaged? Or is there maybe more uncertainty around their playoff spots this year, leading to, more checking?
I suspect it's a mix. They definitely have huge, passionate followings. But yeah, maybe their path this season feels a bit more precarious, so fans are hitting refresh more often.
Gotcha. And we see that reflected in playoff-specific searches, too, right? Like Lakers playoff schedule or Celtics playoff schedule.
Exactly. You're already picturing those potential matchups, thinking ahead to who they might face.
Okay, but what really stood out to me was the detail in the tiebreaker searches.
Yes.
Just NBA tiebreakers generally, but even super specific ones like Clippers-Warriors tiebreak.
Yeah.
It's gone into the weeds.
It really is.
Yeah.
It shows a pretty sophisticated level of understanding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fans aren't just watching. They're calculating. They're trying to figure out all the potential seeding scenarios based on the rules.
Yeah, doing the math themselves almost.
Pretty much. Thinking strategically about how it could all play out.
And then, sort of underlying all of this, is that very fundamental question we saw. When do NBA playoffs start?
Right. The basic but crucial piece of info.
It kind of anchors everything, doesn't it? It's the date everyone's counting down to while they're busy tracking standings and figuring out tiebreakers.
Exactly. It's the focal point for all this information gathering. Standings, schedules, play-in rules.
Sure.
It all leads up to that start date.
So if we were to sort of wrap this up, what your searches are telling us is that you, the NBA fans, are deeply, deeply invested in this playoff push.
Absolutely. You're not passive observers.
No, you're actively tracking everything, how teams qualify, who's performing well, who they might play, even the fine print of the tiebreaker rules.
Yeah, the key takeaway is just how informed and engaged this audience is.
Yeah.
You're all clearly buzzing for the postseason drama.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Given this intense focus, especially on certain teams in these tight scenarios, What unexpected narratives might be bubbling under the surface?
Good question.
Are there potential Cinderellas or dark horses hinted at in these searches that maybe aren't getting the main headlines yet? What twists could still emerge from these standings everyone's watching so closely?
Something to think about as the season heads towards its climax.
Definitely. Ponder that one, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.